Hi, friends. Today we have George Igoe on the show with us. George is from the Million Stories Media show. George Goes Everywhere. If you haven't watched this show, I'd highly recommend it if you're on a budget, if you're traveling anywhere, so you can do some fun stuff with $100. So George, I kind of gave it away a little about what your show is, but for those that don't know who you are and how you got here, give us a quick intro of yourself and about your show.
Yeah, well, you kind of nailed it. It's George Goes Everywhere. I go to a city and I see how much fun I can have without spending more than $100. And so we try to hit maybe, 6, 7 different places, different activities, kind of a variety of different activities in a given city, and try to have as fun as we can.
I know at the beginning you say you research every city you go to. How much research do you put into like each episode? Because I mean, you do a lot of great stuff for that amount of money. So I want to know, like, if I'm trying to do something like this, how can I do it?
I think research is probably the most important thing you can do. I put a lot of time into that. Truthfully, I'll do many hours worth of research for any one city, just because I think that's how you find more interesting things. Anyone can do a Google search or a TripAdvisor search and find all the usual stuff. Yeah, the touristy stuff, and some of that stuff is great. Don't get me wrong, but some of it is also touristy and not so great. And so, but if you just kind of dig deep, go past the first page of Google results, really look into things a little deeper, I think that's how you uncover cool stuff.
And then costly too. Like a lot of the tourist stuff that'll be like your whole budget right there. That's
Absolutely.
George,
Yeah. I mean,
George goes.
you end up paying $23 for a cheeseburger. It's like, no, I don't want that.
Yeah, that's I don't know, that's too much. And that'll be like your whole show. You do two things. I eat a burger and then see like a show. And that's it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, just try to dig a little deeper. That's what I always tell people.
Awesome. Yeah. And then like I said, there's some great stuff on there. There's the steel mill, which was kind of interesting. When you were walking around that, to me, I think that would seem like a haunted place to be walking around. And then I just see you by yourself in there. So it's actually two questions on that. What's like your crew like on these shoots? Is it just you by yourself with your camera, or do you have other people with you?
There's just two of us. It's myself and I have one field producer with me. But it's just the two of us, and we go around and her job is reaching out to places beforehand. We have to get permission from every place that we shoot, and paperwork involved, and so there's a lot of logistical stuff. And then she also kind of will be my cameraman sometimes, but usually I'm just kind of holding the camera myself. But we're kind of a team. But at that steel mill, there was a guy guiding us there. We weren't just there on our own.
Okay.
He wasn't on camera, but he was an official presence there. So it wasn't just us wandering around this haunted steel mill or something.
Okay, yeah, because I saw that and I'm like, I would be too scared just to walk around like that. And that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
I'm like, do they do night tours at that steel plant by chance?
I don't know. They probably should. I don't know what the lighting situation. They would have to set up some lighting. I think they have events there. I know. He was showing me some pictures. They had thousands of people there. Like they put concerts and stuff there, which seems like it'd be a kind of a cool spot, I think.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I that's like keep coming back to me. It's kind of scary. Um, being from Chicago, I went back and I saw, because this is your second season of George Goes Anywhere. So I went back and I watched some of the first season, and I saw the Chicago one. And I have to give it to you because I'm born and raised here, and I have not had a shot of Morlort at all. I've tended to stay away from it because I've been hearing horror stories, but you had two in that episode. So props to you for doing that and for surviving and actually recording yourself doing that too. Because I don't know if a lot of people might have either like bad reactions to that shot.
I mean, it's a rite of passage, right? You got to try it once. And I'll say, I had to do 4 shots of it because we behind the scenes, we shot it once at one bar, and it just the footage wasn't what we needed. There was music in the background, and there are copyright issues, and so we just had to do it again. So I had to roll up my sleeves and do a couple more shots of Malort.
Oh wow, yeah. I probably will one day when I go to a bar, but right now I'm just like, I see people telling me their stories, and I'm like, all right, awesome. And then I saw you do it, and I'm like, and then one thing that I was kind of upset or kind of sad about wasn't that Chicago. I didn't know about that pizza museum, and
Oh
then
yeah.
I didn't even know it was there, and I was like, oh, I want to go check it out, and it's not there anymore.
It,
So
I think I heard that. Yeah, we shot that back in 2019. So yeah,
yeah,
things do change. But
that's my loss on that. But I'm glad I got to at least experience it with you
right.
on your show. On your new episode, I noticed that you have like a kind of theme for everyone. You do like food, was it drink, culture, and art, and then how did you? Is it like something that you thought about like when you first started the show? Like this is what I'm going to look into, or you're just going to go out there and see what you can explore? If that makes sense.
Yeah, it was. I was trying to make a show where there was something for everyone. So even if maybe you weren't into one particular thing, you'd be into something else. And so I tried to it just felt natural to try to hit different categories. So to hit food, drink, history, culture, art, because like whatever you're into, you'll probably be into one of those things. And so there's something for everyone in every episode. And so yeah, excuse me, in season one, that I was, I kind of listed those categories at the beginning of every episode. Season two, I don't list the categories at the beginning. I still do hit all those different categories, but I try to, have a little bit more of a city specific theme than just hitting different categories.
Yeah, and I did notice that one with the Denver one was that you looked at each team and then you went through like how each team goes, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
to do that.
Yeah, it's a fun episode. I'm excited about the Denver episode. It's a fun one, I think.
Yeah, and like I said, for me as a father, doing some of these things will kind of be a little bit expensive. So like if I ever go like traveling on my own, I'm definitely gonna use your videos as guides of things that I can do while I'm out there. But obviously, I think one of the questions that you're probably gonna be asked by everybody is like, what was your favorite spot, or what was your favorite city, or what was your favorite thing that you found, or little oddity that you found while you were out there that didn't cost much?
In anywhere or in any
Yeah.
episode? Well, I mean, I grew up outside New York City, so I'm always going to be biased towards New York City. I got to admit, I love Chicago. I'd been there before, and that's also one of my favorite cities. But one of my favorite places that I went to was probably in Milwaukee, which was the I'm not a Packers fan, but where they make those cheese heads that wear Packers games. There's I don't know if you saw that episode, that there's the factory. You can go and you can make your own cheese head. And it was just so cool. I just really loved that place. And it was just very unique. And it just kind of meshed with I'm a sports fan too. So it kind of meshed with that. And so I just really loved that place.
What was the point of them having you squeeze it? Was it just to get the smell out, or just to show how much you love making it?
I think it was functional to like get the air out, to like get air pockets or whatever. I don't think it was just showmanship on their part. I don't know. Maybe they were just trying to make this Giants fan hug a Packers.
They're pulling a prank on you. You didn't know it.
Maybe if that's, then they pulled it off then.
Awesome. Has there ever been, like, after you've done all your research and like calculated how much you're spending, was there ever like something that popped up to like, oh, I wish I could have done that, but I just didn't have enough to do it?
I mean, yes. I mean, there are things when you look at it and it's just like, no, that's $80 or something. I just can't do it. That's just not, that would destroy the rest of the episode. It happens. It's but I don't dwell on it really. I just kind of you move on. You find something else. Nothing's irreplaceable.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
One thing that I should have asked, like, how did the whole concept of the show come to be? I didn't think right now. I'm like thinking about, why didn't I ask you that at the beginning?
The concept of the show, it started because I've traveled on my own before I started making videos, and I remember what had happened was I used frequent flyer miles to fly. That's not something we do and focus on in George Goes Everywhere, but I use frequent flyer miles to fly, all around the world, really. And I was once I use them to fly first class, and I flew once from Dubai to London, and I was in the Dubai Emirates first class lounge, and then I got on the plane and I ate filet mignon and lobster tail and drank champagne and slept in my bed for the 9-hour flight there. Then I got to the airport, I took a shower in the arrivals lounge, and then I left the airport and I had to take the bus to my hostel. And I was sitting on the bus and I'm like, what happened? I was just living the life an hour ago. Now I'm here on the bus, in this crowded bus. I'm sweating in here, and I'm like, this is really funny. And so I started I've made a series called Rich Travel, Poor Travel, where I did exactly that. I flew in first class somewhere like a rich man, then had to explore the city on a budget like a poor man. And when I started talking to Million Stories, they were like, we want to make a show like showing how to travel on a budget. And I was like, well, I have good news. I already made that show and it's on my YouTube channel, so go check it out. And it kind of went pretty quickly from there.
Awesome. Are you working on a third season now, or?
I would like to. I think there's still a lot of cities to hit. This past season, we had to kind of dance around some mask mandates. Doing on-camera work wearing a mask isn't ideal. So we had to, a lot of the West Coast cities, we basically just couldn't do it for this season. So if they want a third season, there's still plenty of cities to hit, and I'd love to do it.
Nice. I would love to see that, because like you said, there's a lot of other cities out there to go and explore. I mean, you've covered some great ones in these 2 seasons. And I haven't seen all of them, even though I've been given, I think there's 2 more that I still need to see.
Sure.
But I mean, they've just been a lot of fun to watch. And then just to see, like, I could tell that you're having a lot of fun at each of these locations. The skiing, like in Denver, that seems like also pretty cool. I didn't know that it existed, because maybe I've been a little sheltered. But I thought that was pretty cool.
It was amazing. It was an incredible facility they had there. Just amazing.
For those that haven't seen the episode, and you need to see this episode, it's indoor skiing. So you're in shorts and a t-shirt.
Absolutely. It's a giant incline treadmill, basically. It's like a carpet, basically. And it was amazing. I mean, it was the best ski lesson I've ever had in my life.
And I think that was great. And I'm trying to think of another one, but I think I said I see some of the older ones. And then even like it was like the speakeasy that you went to when you were like dancing in front of, doing a 2-step in front of a 2-way mirror
in Savannah. Yeah.
So again, a lot of cool stuff that you can see. If anyone wants to, again, travel somewhere with just $100 and see some amazing stuff, definitely watch George's videos, Million Stories Media on YouTube. George, let me ask you, we always try to do what we call Power, PWR. So I want to ask you quick 3, if you can shoot them out at me. What are you playing right now? If you're playing like any games, tabletop video games, what are you watching, and what are you reading right now?
Okay. It's funny you guys, the gaming. I didn't game for like a decade, and then the pandemic hit, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get back into it a little bit. Right now I'm playing Dishonored 2, if you know.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that franchise. I just played the first one, and I'm a fan. I like those kind of stealthy games. I'm into that.
Okay.
What am I watching? I'm watching Snowpiercer right now.
Okay.
You know that I liked that movie. It's a show. I just started watching that. And it's a kind of a fun sort of sci-fi premise
show.
Yeah, and I'm reading Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, actually. this Johnny Depp is in the news. I'm like, I gotta read that, but I'd always meant to read it, and so I just started that.
Nice. And that maybe could help you get ideas for other places to travel.
Hey, Vegas is a city we got to hit in season 3, so
there we go. And hopefully we get to see that.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right. Thank you very much again for your time, George. Friends, again, you can check out episodes of season 2 of George Goes Everywhere on millionstoriesmedia.com. George Igoe, thank you again for your time, and go and watch the show, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you for watching. If you like what you watch, please subscribe to our channel.
Hit the like button, share it with your friends, family if you think they'll be interested in watching what we do, and check us out on our website. Again, thank you very much for watching. Bye.